Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gum Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Sam Sarasvati Namaha. Om Shri Lilita Mahatripura Sundari Namaha. Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyama Devaha. Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatraha. Sthirairangai Stuštuvagum Sastanubhihi. Yashema Devahitam Yadayuhu. Swasti na Indro Vruddhasravaha. Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha. Swasti nastarkshyo arishtanemihi. Swasti no Brihaspatir dadhatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I'll chant the Devi Atharva Shirsha, please repeat. Sarve vai devaha Devi Upatastuhu Kasitvam Mahadeviti Sabraved Aham Brahmaswarupini Mattaha Prakriti Purushatmakam Jagata Shunyam cha shunyam cha. Sarve vai devaha Devim Upatastuhu. All the devatas approached Devi. All the devatas wanted to know the truth about the Jagadambika. So they approached her and asked her, Kasitvam Mahadevi, O great goddess, who are you? Sa abravit. Sa, she. Who? Devi. Sa abravit. So she answered. Oh, who am I? Aham Brahmaswarupini. Who am I? I am Brahman. Aham Brahmaswarupini. I am my true nature. Swarupa. Swarupa, the true nature. My true nature is Brahman. If you ask me who am I, from the transcendental level, from the absolute viewpoint, I am Brahman itself. So, we saw yesterday, in India we have three layers of concept of God. One is as Brahma, another as Ishvara, third as the Devatas. Saguna Sakara, Saguna Nirakara, Nirguna Nirakara. Without any forms or qualities, Nirguna Nirakara. With qualities but without form, Saguna Nirakara. Saguna Sakara, with form and qualities. So here comes the dialogue between the Eastern and the Western, not Western, Abrahamic religions. They say that God is Saguna Nirakara. There cannot be any form for God. God is without form but with attributes, with qualities. The Lord is omniscient and omnipotent, but God cannot have any form. So then Eastern religions ask, if God is omnipotent, what is the meaning of Sarvashakta? Omnipotent means what? He can do anything. Kartum akartum anyadha kartum chasakyade. You say that the God is omnipotent and then you say that God cannot take form, then you are contradicting your own theory. If you call somebody as Sarvashakta and then tell that that person cannot do something, then that person is no more Sarvashakta. So, yes, God is Saguna Nirakara, also God is Saguna Sakara. So, if God is Sarvashakta, He can, He, she, it. Okay, whenever I say He, please take it, He, she, it. Okay, I cannot repeat it. So, Ishvara can take any form because Bhagavan is Sarvashakta. So, from the absolute viewpoint, Aham Brahmaswarupini. What is my true nature? I am that Brahman. I am that Sachidananda Atma. Okay. Now comes the second level. So, as Brahman, I am the supreme consciousness. Upanishad says, what is, Sadeva Somya Idamagra Asid. Before the manifestation or the creation of the universe, Sad Eva Asid. There was only pure consciousness without any names and forms. No qualities, no attributes, only pure consciousness was there. That is what we call as Brahman. Then what happened? Saikshata Bahusyam Prajayeti. One day, that Brahman thought, let me become many. Right? So you think about, okay, in this all universe, you alone is there. How boring it will be. Then that day we think that our enemy also should be there. Then only there is some spice in life, no? Now we think that that person should. But when the day we become only we are there, nobody else, nothing else is there, then there is no fun. So, Saikshata Bahusyam Prajayeda Satchatyacha Bhavat, and then he manifested himself as this universe. Satchatyacha Bhavat. So, the same thing is happening here. Mattaha Prakriti Purushatmakam Jagat. Mattaha, from me. This entire Jagat universe. Jagat Mattaha, this entire universe manifested from me. How is this universe? Prakriti Purushatmakam. What is this universe? This universe is Prakriti and Purusha. Now, if you just go and analyze this word itself, 9 days is not enough, so much is there. So, what is the simple meaning? Think about this universe. We can see that there are two things very distinct in this world. One is matter, another is consciousness. Now, let us come to only that very simple, direct. So, you think everything, okay, you take anything in this universe, you can see that there are two principles. One is the matter, another is consciousness. Okay, so this Sharira is there, but now we say that this Sharira is, no, we don't call this body, etc., we call that person. Isn't it? The bodies, then the moment that something goes away, then we don't call this person, the only call this body. So it shows that there are two things. One is matter, which can be seen, matter without life. And there is principle of life. That is known as Prakriti and Purusha. Matter is Prakriti, consciousness is Purusha. Matter is Prakriti and life principle is Purusha. Okay, so in this entire universe, there are only two things. One is Prakriti, another is Purusha. Okay, the matter and consciousness. Who are they? Me only. I myself became the matter, I myself became the consciousness. Because there is not a second thing. Only one is there. No, Sadeva Somya, Sat alone was there. If Sat alone was there, then whatever in this universe, whether it is matter, whether it is, inert or consciousness, inert and consciousness, both, everything is that one alone. Mattaha, from me, Jagat. This entire universe, which is a combination of matter and consciousness, everything comes from me. I myself became the matter, I myself became the consciousness. Oh. Shunyam cha, ashunyam cha, ashunyam cha. Now, whatever is in this shunyam and ashunyam. See, these words, that this Upanishad is using such words which can take a long time to really understand, to go deep inside. So, what do you mean by shunya? Shunya means void. Shunyam, void, without any substance. And ashunya, with substance. Okay? So, what is shunyam cha, shunyam cha? In this universe, now, slowly, the science is trying to understand. They say that there is something known as black hole. New physics, in recent years, they started to understood that there is matter and antimatter. Thousands of years ago, Upanishads say, I am shunyam cha, ashunyam cha. I am the antimatter and I am the matter. I am the black hole and I am the universe. Okay? Shunyam cha, ashunyam cha. One meaning. Matter and antimatter. Ashunyam, matter. Shunyam, antimatter. So that's one meaning. Second meaning is, what is shunyam cha, ashunyam cha? Manifest and unmanifest. Shunyam cha, ashunyam cha. That whatever is shunyam. Shunyam means illusive appearance. Illusive appearance means what? We see something. Like when we were going back to our room in the night after the puja is over, and then we are walking through the path, and then we see a snake. This big snake is there. We get frightened. And then we switch on our mobile light. Now everything is mobile. Before, torch, etc. Now there is no torch, only mobile. So we switch on it and then see that, it was just a rope. So, but think about, now you understand that there is only rope. But just 1 second before, you saw something else. What was that? A snake. What is that snake? So that is known as the illusion. Illusion we call. Okay. See, we experience, but it is not true. So that is known as shunyam. Here. Okay. Illusive appearance is known as shunyam or manifested, and shunyam cha, ashunyam cha. Illusive appearance and true existence. Ashunyam, which is not. So now comes some philosophy. They say sarvam shunyam. Everything is shunyam. No, everything is illusion. There is nothing truth. But Vedanta says it's not possible. See, without an adhara, without a base, even illusion cannot happen. To see a snake, there should be a rope. If there was no rope, there is no possibility of seeing an illusion. So even to perceive shunyam, there should be something which is backing up. Something is there. That's why we see something else. So what we see as appearance is on something which actually exists. That is known as ashunya. means that which exists, that which is Sat. So, there is a true existence on which illusions appear and disappear. So that's why Shunyam cha, Ashunyam cha. So all the elusive, experiences, appearances, and the true existence, both are in me, in Jagadambika. She herself is the illusion, she herself is the substance. Shunyam cha, Shunyam cha. So, Shunya and Ashunya, both are myself. Now, next mantra, please repeat. Ahamanandanando. Aham vijnana vijnane. Aham brahma brahmani veditavye. Aham panchabhutanya panchabhutani. Aham akhilam jagate. Together we'll chant. Ahamanandanando. Aham vijnana vijnane. Aham brahma brahmani veditavye. Aham panchabhutanya panchabhutani. Aham akhilam jagate. So in the second mantra, Jagadambika said that I am Jagat. What is the meaning of Jagat? Universe. We have a good or bad, Sila, that if we ask something, what is something, we always say another word for the same thing in another language. So if I ask you what is Jagat, you will say universe. That is not the answer. You are only translating something into some other language. So what is Jagat? Jagati gacchati iti Jagat. That's the meaning of Jagat. Jagat means Jagati gacchati iti Jagat. That which changes in each and every moment. That which is constantly changing. That's the meaning of Jagat. Think about the universe, okay? We think that we are all, stable, we are in the world and everything is stable, etc., etc. Think about this. When we came to this class, some 10-15 minutes before, where our earth was in the universe, we are no more there now. The earth is rotating by itself and also it's rotating to the sun and the sun is rotating something else. Everything is moving. So 15 minutes before where we were, we are not that, we think that we are the same place. No, it's gone. And I do not know whether we will come back to that spot in, all gone. That space changed, the time changed, the vastu, matter is constantly changing. We know that if we study the, physics or chemistry, biochemistry, etc., we know that these atoms are in constant movement. So how it was there 15 minutes before, it is not that now. It's all changed. But we don't see. It's known as because pravaha nityatva. We think that everything is same. It's only an illusion. That illusion is known as pravaha nityata. What is pravaha nityata? We go to a river and then we take a dip. Come up and take a second dip. We come up, we take a third dip. And then we say that I took 3 dips in Ganga. In the same water. It is not same water. The water which we took the first dip is already gone. Second dip gone. Third dip gone. But we feel that the river is constant. The river is not constant. It is continuously flowing. So we feel that it is constant. Like that is this universe. Each and every moment it is changing. But we are not able to see that. This is known as the secret of universe. So now, Bhagavati said in the second mantra, Prakriti Purushatmakam Jagat. I am this Jagat, this universe, made up of Prakriti and Purusha. Now Devi is explaining what you mean by Prakriti Purushatmakam Jagat. What do you mean by Jagat? This mantra is an explanation of Jagat. What is Jagat? No, Prakriti and Purusha. What is this Prakriti and Purusha? Says, Aham Anandanando. Aham Ananda Ananando. Who am I? Aham Ananda Ananando. I am the form of bliss and blisslessness. Anandascha Ananandascha. I am bliss, I am blisslessness. Means without bliss. Oh, then Aham Brahma, Aham Vijnana Vijnane. I am Vijnana and Avijnana. I am knowledge and ignorance. So, Aham Brahma Brahmani Vedidavye. So, 1 minute, please give attention. So, they say that, what is truth? What is truth? Upanishad try to think about truth. How can we define truth? Is it possible to define truth? No. But for our understanding, Upanishad tries to define truth. How? It defines like Satyam Jnanam Anandam Brahma. What is Brahma? Satyam Jnanam Anandam. That's how Upanishads try to explain the truth. So, first thing, Shunyam cha Ashunyam cha, that is talking about Sat aspect, existence. Aham Anandanando. It is explaining about Ananda aspect. Satyam Jnanam Anandam. Satchidanandam. Sat Chit Ananda. And the third one, Aham Vijnana Vijnane, is talking about Chit and Achit. Am I becoming too complex? So, this is how, this is Upanishad, see, Upanishad Vidya. So they think that, so we said that two things are there, Prakriti and Purusha. Now, who is Purusha? Sat, Chit, Ananda is Purusha. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Sat, existence. Chit, consciousness. Ananda, bliss. So that is Purusha. Okay. That is Devi. But not only Devi. Devi says, Aham, not only Purusha, Prakriti also. What is Prakriti? If Satta is Purusha, Asatta is Prakriti. If Purusha is Chitta, then Achitta is Prakriti. If Purusha is Ananda, Anananda is Prakriti. So, the same, that one word is explaining here. Aham Prakriti Purushatmakam Jagat. So, Prakriti and Purusha, these two words are explaining. Devi is explaining what you mean by Prakriti, what you mean by Purusha. So, Purusha is said, Ashunya. Prakriti is Shunya, means Sat, existence. Whatever we think that it exists, whatever we think that it is changing, both are me, myself. When we say Shunya, it doesn't mean that, which is not there. Okay, means that which is changing. That's the meaning of Shunya in our, okay. So, Shunyam cha, Shunyam cha, Sat. Anandam cha, Ananandam cha. Now, they say that, what is Ananda? Ananda is consciousness. What is bliss? What you mean by, we hear this word always, bliss, bliss, bliss. Our names are also all ending with Ananda, Ananda. What do you mean by this Ananda? This Ananda is not joy. Sometimes people think that Ananda means joy. That's how they translate. Because in English word there is no words are there, so they have to just use some words, so they use bliss. So if you ask what is bliss, joy only. But Ananda and Sukha are not one. What is Sukha? What is joy? When our indriyas, when our senses are experiencing something which it likes, a kind of happiness is formed in us. That happiness which comes out of the, with the help of the indriya is known as Sukham. I see something which is very nice, I am happy. I hear something which is very good, I am happy. I taste something which I like, happy. Some touch or some experiences I have which is, conducive for me, then I am happy. So, indriya vishaya samyoge sati. When my indriya, when my senses are in contact with the world, and when I get something which is very conducive, something which is very, which gives me joy, then I am happy. But Ananda is not that kind of happiness. What is Ananda? Ananda is niratishaya, means what? Ananda is not because the indriyas are in contact with some conducive atmosphere. Ananda is something which happens by itself. How is that? Ananda is anandata. What is Ananda? Anantatayaha anubhutihi. What is Ananda? Ananda is not joy. Ananda is the experience of unlimitedness. That's why Taittiriya Upanishad gave the Brahma definition as Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. So, Anantasya Bhavaha Anandaha. What do you mean by that? You think about, the moment we realize that we are unlimited by time, space or matter. There is no death or birth. There is no decay. There is no high, there is no low. I am that ever-existing consciousness. This anubhuti of total freedom, the experience of total freedom is Ananda. Not some kind of tickling sensation which happens in the mind. No. So, here Jagadambika is telling that Aham Anandaha. I am that supreme, unlimited, unconquered Anandada, limitlessness. I am that total independence. I am not at all dependent upon a person or a thing or my body or my senses. I am that unlimited existence. That is Ananda. Ahamananda. Oh, so you are only that Ananda. Then what about this world which is limited? Oh, that also am I. If you see this world and if you feel that this world is existing, then that world which is limited, that is also me. Aham Ananda Ananando. So what is the nature of the world? Anananda. See, we curse people and things and places and God. That, oh my God, what is this? There's only misery in the world. That's the nature of the world. We go to the kitchen and take a nice chili and then we eat it. And then we say, oh, it's so hot. We say, see, that is foolishness because the chili is, tikha. You eat something which is tikha and then we complain. What is it? Like that the world is anananda. Why? Because it is constantly changing. That which is constantly changing cannot give us something which is changeless. So, what the mother said as Purusha, that consciousness is Ananda, and that Ananda Purusha is Bhagavati. And because she is Brahman. And this Prakriti, which is constantly changing, that is also Jagadamba. Prakriti and Purusha. Prakriti is Anananda and Purusha is Ananda. Both are me, myself. No. See, so much of joy is in this Prakriti. Yes. But that is not Ananda. That is Sukham. Okay? We are not telling that there is no Sukha in the world. There is Sukha in the world. But Sukha will end in Dukkha. Dukkha will end in Sukha. That's well, like night and day, it will come. We are not talking about that. Sometimes, people feel that, oh, this Shastra is so dry. Such a beautiful world. You say that this is all Anananda. See, the world is Anananda, not Asukham. World is Sukham and Asukham. Both are there. But this is Anananda because it is constantly changing. If we take this world for our fulfillment, we are bound. The moment I am depending upon a person or a thing or a situation or a place for the fulfillment, I am bound. There is no swatandriya. There is no independence. So that's why Aham Ananda Ananandam. Then comes the second one, Aham Vijnana Avijnano Avijnane. Vijnana is Namusalinga, so Avijnane. So Satta Ananda, the third aspect is Chit. Chit means Vijnanam. See, there are two words in Sanskrit, Jnana and Vijnana. Jnana means knowledge. Okay, Vijnana is consciousness. Okay, what is the difference between knowledge and consciousness? Knowledge cannot exist without Triputi. In order to have knowledge, there should be three things. There should be a person who is the knower, there should be a thing to know, and there should be a process of knowing. Now, what is this? This is a lid. Now, this is a lid, is a jnanam. To have this jnana of this is a lid, there should be a thing. Without a thing, what jnanam? And there should be somebody to know. And there should be a process. I have to see this and then I have to check my memory. What is this? See, everything happens in a fraction of a second, but there is a process. When people go into some other kinds of, their brain get things, then it takes lots of time to recognize a thing. Because that process of knowing becoming slow. So, but there are three things. This is a triputi, three stages or three aspects to know. Jnata, Jneyam and Jnanam. So, that is known as Jnana. We are not talking about Jnana, we are talking about Vijnana. What is Vijnana? Vijnana means that knowledge which is not dependent upon Triputi. Think about to know that you are there. Are you there? Are you there? Yes. To know that you are there, do you need this? Are you there? Let me think. Let me see a mirror. Let me see. Oh yes, I am there. Do you need a mirror to know that you are there? Do you? If there is that, then some problem is there. So to know that you are there, you don't need anything. There is no external evidence is needed or a process is needed to know that you are there. Whether I am there, to know that whether I am there or not, there is a process because I am a drashta, I am drishyam. But then drashta is there, drishya is there. But to know that whether you are there, for me, whether I am there or not, for to know that whether I am there or not, I don't need anything which is external. It is self-evident that I am there. Ahamasmi. I am there, whether you are there or not, I do not know. So this is, that is known as the Vijnana. What is Vijnana? Vijnana means that knowledge which doesn't need any kinds of external evidence or a process of knowing. When there is a process of knowing, then that is jnana. When there is no need of any process, that is vijnana. That is known as chit. In Upanishadic language, that knowledge which doesn't need any process, which is self-evident, which is independent. That knowledge is not dependent upon any experience or things or people or a process. That is self-evident. It is independent. That is known as chit or vijnana. So when the Upanishad says that aham vijnana vijnane, so vijnanam means that self-evident conscious principle. And avijnana means anything which needs this triputi. Three stages or three aspects of knowledge is known as avijnana. It is not avijnana means ignorance. That's why sometimes Vedanta, if you don't listen Vedanta properly, we fell into lots of confusion. When the Vedanta says that everything is illusion, everything is then we think, how is it possible? See, when you say that, I see and I know that this is, and then Vedanta says this is or illusion. What it means is, for anything to know which is external, there are lots of dependency. I show you this, and then I ask you what is this. You say that this is a steel lid, but this could be made up of something else also. Now plastic. Now when we see that, oh nice mango is there, we go and grab it in our hand, then only understand, oh this is plastic. Sometimes even we'll bite also. See, that knowledge is not independent. That knowledge can be disease. It can actually, make wrong understanding. And it depends upon many factors. So that's why the world is avijnana. Avijnana is not ignorance. Avijnana is jnanam. So in another way, aham vijnana vijnane means aham vijnana and jnanam. In Gita ji also will hear this word, jnanam cha vijnanam cha, jnana vijnana yogaha. What is jnanam, what is vijnanam, etc. in Bhagavad Gita also we see. So, whatever the total independent principle of existence or consciousness and whatever we know through our senses, everything is me. So what is that which we know through the senses? Prakriti. What is that which is not needed of any senses? Purusha. That's all. So we go back to the same sentence, aham prakriti purushatmakam. So only that one word, one definition is explained in each and every aspect here. Okay? Aham vijnana vijnane, I am that consciousness, I am that consciousness, and avijnana means not just ignorance, avijnana means that which is the subject of knowledge. Subject of knowledge? There is a process involved. So when we know, so what is Prakriti? Prakriti is avijnana. When we say Prakriti is avijnana, it doesn't, you see English, you translate into English, what we get is, I am the knowledge and ignorance. No, that's not what Upanishad means. And when Max Muller translated Vedas into English, my God, what were things? Because he doesn't understand what was actually meant there. The word can be very, can create lots of confusion. So, aham vijnana vijnane, it's talking about what? Prakriti and Purusha. So, Purusha is vijnana, Prakriti is avijnana. Avijnana is not ignorance. Avijnana is what? That which needs the process of knowledge. Both Prakriti and Purusha. I am. Aham vijnana vijnane, aham brahma abrahmani vedidavye. What are you talking? Vijnana, vijnana, ananda, ananda, shunyam, ashunyam. What are you talking about? I am that Brahman and Abrahma. I am the Brahma and Abrahma. Now, what do you mean by that? Brahma means Purusha, Abrahma means Prakriti. So, in Sanskrit, when we say, Abrahma, we translate it into English, non-Brahman. No, it doesn't mean it is not there. What it means is, it is, so Brahman is there and Abrahma is there. Abrahma means what? Which is not independent, which is not pure, which is not constantly there, something which is ever changing. So, Abrahma, Brahma means Brihatvad Brahmanatvad. What is Brahma means? That which is Brihat means that which is omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent. So, which is there everywhere is Brahman. Which is Abrahma, which is not there everywhere. Please understand. That much only. Abrahma means non-Brahman. What is it non-Brahman? Which is divided by Desha, Kala, Vishaya, Vastu, Avachinnam. That which is fragmented by space, time, matter, etc. So, anything which is now here, your body, now it is here, so it is not there. It is now, it may not be there 100 years back. So, whatever is segmented, fractioned by desha, space, kala, time, vastu, matter, that is known as Abrahma. That which is not fragmented by desha, kala, vishaya, vastu, aparichinnam Brahma, desha, kala, vishaya, vastu, parichinnam is Jagat. So, whatever exists, whether it is fragmented or non-fragmented, everything is me, myself. Aham Brahma Brahmani Veditavye. Can you please make it little more simpler? Not understanding? Okay. Aham Panjabhu. Please. We have chanted that, no? Aham Panjabhutani Apanjabhutani. I am the Panjabhutas and non-Panjabhutas. Oh, what is this? The basic material by which this universe is made is known as Panjabhutas. 5 elements. In Indian understanding, this entire universe is made up of 5 elements. Tasmad va edasmad atmana akasha sambhutaha akashad vayuhu vayoragnihi Agnerapah, Adhyap Prithvi. These are the 5 elements. The space, air, fire, water, and earth means not this earth, okay? With matter. That is known as earth. So these 5 are the basic elements by which this entire universe is made. This is known as Panchabhutani. Aham Panchabhutani, Apanchabhutani. But when we study Vedanta, we will study it more. The Panchabhutas, what we see here, whether it is fire, whether it is water, whether it is air, etc., this is actually not pure Panchabhutas. They are mixed up. In the process of grossification, actually Panchabhutas are very subtle. Our Indriyas cannot perceive them. So, the Panchabhutas are went through a process of Panchīkarana. Okay, so when we say that fire now, only half is fire. The other half is made up of the 4 other bhutas. This is known as the mixing up. So this mixing up of Panchabhutas is known as Panchīkarana. That also we will study in Vedanta class. If I go for that, then... So what is Panchabhutani? Panchabhutani means pure elements. And what is Apanchabhutani? Apanchabhutani means that elements which are manifested, which became grossified through a process of Panchīkarana. So, these two, the pure and mixed elements, they are all me, myself. Aham Panchabhutani, Apanchabhutani. Swamiji, we want to know all this in detail. Of course, we have lots of Vedanta classes online. We have, SIF is offering online courses on Vedanta, basic Vedanta, advanced Vedanta. We conduct lots of camps, we conduct lots of courses. We are now about to start a 1-year Vedanta Sadhak course. Okay, so if you want to learn what is this Panchakrita, Panchabhuta, etc., all are welcome. Okay, so learn. When we understand, such a great knowledge we have. Okay, Panchīkrita Panchamahabhutani, Apanchīkrita Panchamahabhutani. That is known as the pure elements and elements which are grossified. Everything is me, myself. Okay, done? Ahamaghilam Jagat, like this. Aghilam Jagat, whatever in this universe is there, everything is me. Let us read the mantra once more. Prakriti Purushatmakam Jagat Shunyam Cha, together, Shunyam Cha Shunyam Cha Ahamanandanando Aham Vijnana Vijnane Aham Brahma Brahmani Veditavye Aham Panchabhutanya Panchabhutani Aham Aghilam Jagat. Everything is me. Oh. Vedoham Avedoham Vidyaham Avidyaham Ajaham Anajaham Adhascha Urdhvamcha Tiryakcha Aham. So, who am I? Who is Devi? That's a question. No, who are you, Devi? I will tell you who am I. Who am I? Aham Vedoham Avedoham. I am Veda and I am Aveda. So, what do you mean by Veda? Veda means knowledge. Aveda means ignorance. If you say, what is the opposite of Veda? Ignorance. So, when you say that I know and I do not know, please understand, knowing and not knowing both are based on consciousness. When my consciousness is there, I am conscious, then when you ask me, do you know Malayalam, I say yes. Do you know French? No. So this knowing and unknowing, jnana and ajnana, both are based on consciousness. So Veda and Aveda, I know, I do not know. Both these vrittis are manifesting in my consciousness. So that is one meaning. So knowing and unknowing. Another meaning is Veda and Aveda. The knowledge is classified into two types of knowledge. One is Vaidika Jnana, another is Avaidika Jnana. So, knowledge, we know so many things. Now, sometimes people say everything is there in the Vedas. Of course, everything is there. Then they ask us, show where is atomic theory explained in the Veda? When we say everything is in their Veda, it's talking about the consciousness. Because, knowledge and, ignorance, everything is in that. So, but there are two kinds of knowledge in this world. One is Vaidika Jnana, another is Avaidika Jnana. What is Vaidika Jnana? Vaidika Jnana means that knowledge which is talking about dharma, surga and moksha. So what is the field, the main field of, so many other things, science, etc. may be there, might be there, might not be there. But where is the Vedic strength, or what are the fields of Vedic knowledge? Three things are, one is what is dharma, what is surga, and what is moksha. These are the three fields of knowledge. So when we say Vedoham, Avedoham means all that Vedic knowledge about dharma, Brahma and surga, etc. Okay, Atindriya Jnana, that cannot be known through Indriya. Is it possible to know what is dharma, about surga, about moksha through Indriya? No. So Atindriya Jnane Veda eva pramanam. So about surga, about dharma, about moksha, Veda is pramana. So that is known as Vaidika Jnana. The other is known as Avaidika Jnana. So physics is there, chemistry is there, biology is there. So many branches of science are there. They are also knowledge. And as they are knowledge, that's also based on consciousness. So I am the Vedic knowledge and Avaidika Jnana. Everything is me. Vedoham, Avedoham. So I am all branches of knowledge. The knowledge of Brahman, the knowledge of Surga, the knowledge of Dharma, the knowledge of sensual pleasures. Everything is me, myself. The knowledge which will take me to the upper, experience, greater experiences, that knowledge will pull me to the lower, experiences. Everything is Jagadamba herself. Because other than Jagadamba, nothing is there in this world. Vedoham, Avedoham. Vidyaham, Avidyaham. So, says, what do you mean by this? What do you mean by Veda and Aveda? What I mean is Vidya and Avidya. What is Vidya? Sa Vidyaya Vimuktaye. What is Vidya? Vidya is that which will lead us to liberation. Sa Vidya Ya Vimuktaye. That which will help us to free ourselves from all kinds of sufferings. That is Vidya. So, what is Avidya? That which will lead us to different kinds of sufferings. That is known as Avidya. So, the material knowledge and the spiritual knowledge. Vidya cha, Avidya cha. The Vidya means the spiritual knowledge, Avidya means the material knowledge. Both are me, myself. Ajaham, Anajaham. Aja, manifested. Anaja, unmanifested. This entire universe which is Ajam, Anaja. Anaja means that which is manifested. Aja, naja, they are never born, unmanifested. So, unmanifested consciousness and manifested Jagat, both are me, myself. Ajaham, anajaham. Adhaha, urdhvam, tiryak. Up and down and all these sides. We are standing and whatever is there on the up, whatever is there down, whatever things are there around us, everything is me and myself. Sri Jagadambika herself is the upper worlds, she herself is the lower worlds, she herself is in between. So, everything, whatever exists in this universe, sarvam khalvitam brahma, everything, whatever exists, whatever happened. So, when you say that adhaha means whatever already happened. Urdhvam means whatever about to happen in the future. And tidyak, whatever is happening now, past and present and future. Everything is me and myself. So, don't worry. We are that pure consciousness, we are just witness, these things are happening. So what? Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.